Magic 107.3, a queen is in the building. We have Miss Monique in the house. Can we clap? We got some people in the...
Hey, what's going on? Listen, do you know how proud I am of you?
Thank you.
Listen, when I first met this baby, y'all, she was interning.
I was a baby. I was 18.
interning.
I'm 28
Yes.
now.
Oh, y'all, listen, when I tell you everything is possible, if you just keep putting in the work, I am so proud of you.
Thank you, Monique.
I feel like a proud mama right
Thank
now looking at my
you.
baby. And she's sharp, sister. She's sharp. I always tell people know what you look like from the way you sound.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Sometimes I've gone into some stations. I'm like, well, did you give a damn? Because
I give a damn. Monique is in the
Baby,
house
what?
today.
You gave
And
a
look,
whole lot of damn.
and if my mom sees this interview and she sees the pictures, she's going to beat me if I didn't wear a nice dress. Ivani, make sure that you dress up very nice for Miss Monique because you know she likes fancy. I said, Mommy, I already have it picked out.
love
So
her.
I'm ready. I'm here for you, Monique.
Ah.
Monique's going to be at the Improv this weekend.
Yes.
7:30 and 10 is tonight.
Yes.
And then 7 o'clock and 10 Saturday night.
Come on now.
ImprovKC.com to get your tickets. So what have you been up to?
Let me tell you what I've been up to. Enjoying this thing called LIFE.
Okay.
That is what I have been up to. And I've made myself a promise that I'm going to do my damnness
Mm-hmm.
to enjoy every second, every moment, every hour, because I realize it's temporary.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be in my temporary state, get ready to transfer over, and I'm acting ugly.
Absolutely. Okay, so let me ask you, because a lot of people get wrapped up in, the entertainment business and they forget to enjoy life. And I might say that I do that sometimes too, where I got to hustle to get to where I want to be. Where did you find, not find the time, but where did you come to the realization that you just needed to slow down and I guess smell the roses?
After my third marriage,
Okay.
after my second set of children,
Mm-hmm.
because I have an older son that's 27 that I really don't know, and he really doesn't know me.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he came along, I was trying to be famous. I was trying to be a star.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't into the nurturing part of being a parent.
Mm-hmm.
I provided everything, but to nurture, I was trying to nurture a career. And I always tell our sisters now, know your priorities because you can never get it back. I can't get that time back with Shalon.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone. He's a grown man.
Yeah.
So now with my children now, with the twins and Michael, I understand what the priority is.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they stop saying action and there are no longer any cameras and there are no longer any lights,
Mm-hmm.
who's going to be there? I want my family to be right there and them not being strangers
Mm-hmm.
when this business decides to say, okay, we're done saying action and cut. So that's how I found my balance.
So, but you don't regret. I mean, if obviously you don't regret anything because you wouldn't be where you are right now. But would you want to change anything? Like, do you have? I guess what I should ask you is, women who are trying to pursue a career in the entertainment business, what advice do you have for them? Because obviously you went through some things and you saw what you could have done differently, even though you probably wouldn't change anything. But what's your advice for somebody? Because a lot of people say women can't have it all.
You can.
Okay, well then let's talk about that. How can you have it all? How can
Keep
you
your
balance?
career outside of the house. When you go
Okay.
home and you have a husband, you're now a wife. When you have children, you're now a mother. You can't go home and be the doctor. You
Mhm.
can't go home and be a superstar singer. You can't go home and be this grand engineer.
Mhm.
When you go home, when you walk across that door, you now become wife and mommy. And I think a lot of us drop it off because we got so caught up into, I want to be a boss.
Mhm.
I'm a boss. I'm
Yeah.
a boss. Well, once we understand what boss really means, then we might want to drop being a boss off. Because boss means, are we live or are we taped?
This is taped.
Boss means bitch on some shit,
Yeah.
okay? Because you always carry that attitude of, don't you know who I am and I'm running it.
Mm-hmm.
So I say to my sisters, you can have it all,
Mm-hmm.
but know what's really important. And when at the end of the day, when you're taking your last breaths, do you want to remember an award you received? Or do you want to remember your babies jumping in your arms? Do you want to remember the day you first had them? Do you want to remember that wedding day? Those moments that are memories forever. So that's what I would say. Know what's important. Yeah, I say go get it.
Yeah.
But some of us, we go get it, and that's what it's all about, going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't enjoy your go get it. That's where the bitterness comes from because you've grind so hard. Now you got it, and now you're a bitch.
Yeah, I feel like an example right now in the media, Tamar Braxton, how she said in a way she was quitting music, but she wasn't putting out any other studio albums, but she's still going to tour. But she said that she's going to paused her music career because she wants to focus on her marriage.
Yes.
So that's an example to what you're saying.
I
that
respect that.
Me too.
Because when a woman says, okay, this is a problem, and I want this far longer than I want that.
Mm-hmm.
I want my family, I want my husband, I want my marriage, and this is what has to happen for me to really focus on this. I applaud that sister for that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. And I just wonder, like, how do people like Beyonce do it? Because I feel like she has it all, but also in Jay-Z's latest album, he kind of admitted that their marriage did have problems.
Here's where it gets juicy. You realize people are just human.
True.
Beyonce is an incredible performer. However, she's human.
Yeah.
Jay-Z is an amazing rapper. However,
They're
he's
still human.
We want to take people and put them in a place of they're superhuman, and how could they and why would they? Once we understand people are called human beings and we're all wired this different way, and we need to stop placing people above and understand they're just people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, how could Jay-Z do that? Because he's just a person.
Mm-hmm.
But he's married to Beyonce, and she's just a person.
Or people are saying, how could he cheat on Beyonce?
People are just people, baby, and life happens. That's why we do a show called Monique and Sydney's Open Relationship,
Mm-hmm.
because it's that kind of show that talks about what's really real and not being in the fantasy.
Now, I know that those, are you still doing it on Periscope, or is it like a Facebook Live?
Well,
or
it's actually a CBS podcast.
Okay.
But we do it on our Periscope so they can actually see it.
Yes.
But it comes on the podcast on CBS.
Now, I know you were spilling a lot of tea when, was it when you first started the podcast?
Uh-huh.
You guys were spilling a lot of tea in the beginning, calling out people. So because I always respect you for all your honesty. Now, why do you think that a lot of people in Hollywood aren't as honest as you? I would like to think that they're tiptoeing around things.
Well, first let me say this. I don't spill any tea. I'm too damn grown to spill
Okay.
tea. We only say what's true.
Okay.
And in saying the truth, oftentimes people will call it the tea, people will call it whatever, but
Mhm.
we only say the truth. I can't speak for other people in Hollywood because I don't know why they do what they do.
Mhm.
Just for me, I don't know how to be anybody else other than Monique.
Mhm.
And I never want to look in the mirror and the person looking back says, who are you and what have you done? And a lot of that goes on just with people in life, not just Hollywood, just people, period, because you start trying to live up to other people's expectations
Mhm.
and appease their opinions, and you look for their validation.
Yes.
All I can do is be Monique. Now, I know I'm loud. God damn it, I'm loud. They say I don't have no tag. They say a whole bunch of shit. I own all of it.
Okay.
I own it because I came into this life with this spirit. They just use me as the vessel. Do you think I just started out being loud? I was loud in the last life and the life before that. And the life before that, I was loud when they came to get us to bring us over here on the boats. They didn't get my ass. They did not get me. They didn't get me, baby. I was so damn loud. They said, leave her ass, leave her, because she's going to be a problem. I'm going to be it. So nothing's changed.
Yeah. You can just only be you.
That's it. And I think if people really got into being themselves,
Mm-hmm.
we would be a much better place.
Absolutely, and especially in the entertainment industry.
In any industry. See,
Any-
we keep saying entertainment and you keep putting it on this
That's okay.
other place. It's any industry. If you take your mask off in anything that you do and say, this is who I am, watch what happens. It's not just entertainment. And I think what happens is in entertainment, people take entertainers and y'all place us
Mm-hmm.
in this place of perfection.
Mm-hmm. On
And
a
you
pedestal.
say, how could you, or why would you, or how? Don't you know Oprah goes to the bathroom and she sits down and pulls her panties down just like every other woman around the world?
True.
Don't you know that when Barack Obama, he gets a headache like anybody else? So we have to stop putting these people above everything else, and that's called over-respecting. I don't over-respect anyone, nor do I under-respect anyone. I just have respect for people. I don't get caught up in your label nor your bank account. And I think once we do that and we really start looking at each other just as people, we're much better off.
Hey, Monique, you're just dropping gems this morning. Have you ever thought about writing a book?
I don't think I'm dropping gems. I think I'm just saying what's true. And we've gotten so far removed from the truth.
Yeah.
To say the truth, you can be considered difficult and demanding. You can be considered a troublemaker. You can be considered starting trouble just to say the truth. So you have to ask yourself, where have we gotten that the truth is now looked upon as spilling tea instead of the truth being the truth.
Well, speaking of people and speaking their truth,
Tell it.
a lot of we're going to talk about a little political now because you see what's going on
Yes.
with the NFL and with all the protests. As a mother, you have is it correct that you four
Yes.
sons?
Yes.
How do you prepare them to go out in the world in the type of political climate and also with just what's going on today?
Well, because they have an absolutely amazing father, and they're watching their daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes, you follow what you see. So there's no doubt in my mind, as a mama to 4 black, beautiful men, that they're going to be extremely amazing
Mm-hmm.
and have something to offer to the world because they're watching their daddy,
Mm-hmm.
who is an extremely amazing man.
Does it worry you to let them out? Because I feel like it's.
Of course. Of course. Every time my husband leaves out,
Mhm.
I pray to the universe that he comes back home. We know what it is for a black man to walk out of his front door.
Mhm.
He may not come back
Yeah.
for no other reason than I just shot him
Yeah.
or I was scared. So, of course, you get worried. However, when you give them all you can give them, when you pour into what you know they need,
Mhm.
you have to be able to let them go.
Yeah. And that's all that you can do.
That's all that you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very scary time right now. And especially, I feel like it's just crazy how the true colors are showing with a lot of people's views. I have this conversation a lot with people and they're like, we don't understand why everything has been so racially charged recently. But I said, it's always been there. You know, it's just that people, I feel like they're at more of a liberty to talk about it because of the way things have shifted in politics and how it's just okay to, it's just okay to display it because of just the leadership that we have right now. But that's just that's just me going
Mm-hmm.
off on what I'm thinking right now. But so as for you, what do you think, like with all the protests and everything, what do you think what changes do you think have to be made for, just, I know that with the protests with the NFL, how they're all kneeling, what changes do you think have to be made for just us to not stop kneeling, and we're always going to protest because there's always going to be injustices in the U.S. But what changes do you think need to be made?
Equality. The changes that need to be made is our black men need to stop being shot down in the street, and our black women and our black children. It's called equality.
Mm-hmm.
It's called equal pay. It's to say what changes need to be made. It's right in front of our faces.
Mm-hmm.
The racism is blatant in this country because that's what it was built off of.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we begin to have the real conversations, like I keep hearing people say, this America is the greatest country in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when did that happen? When was it great?
Mm-hmm.
Because the way that America was established, received, it was stolen from the Turtle Islanders. We like to call them Native Americans, and how conceited is that? Because they weren't Americans when Christopher Columbus came over here. They knew nothing about America.
Mm-hmm.
So they were Turtle Islanders. So we have to go all the way back, and we have to understand how this country was acquired. It was stolen. It was greed. It was murder. Well, what's changed?
Mm-hmm.
When did that change? This country was built off of racism. That's how it was built.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a president named Abraham Lincoln and you have black men saying how great this man was, well, when you really go into the history and you find out this man was one of the biggest racists out there. He didn't care nothing about black people. He was for the Union.
Yeah.
So he wanted to make it work for the Union, not that, slavery's bad. When you really know the history of how this country was built and established, that's where we start from, in my humble opinion. So us right now locking arms, do you think we just started locking arms?
Nope.
See, when we know our history, do you know a brother named Abner Hayes?
I do not.
Back in
But I'm about to Google
1965, the American Football League, same fight.
Mm-hmm.
And the other brothers that was on the team, they looked at him and said, why are you fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you scared they're going to take your money? Man, you need to just be quiet. And that beautiful black man said, no, because I have to worry about 30 years from now when my sons are looking at me.
Very true.
And they say, Daddy, what did you do?
Yeah.
What did you stand for? So historically, we don't know our own history. So when
Also
we're
because
locking
the
arms,
textbooks too, they
it is
erase our
because of the
history.
textbooks. However, when you get old enough to find out for yourself? Do you then start finding out, or do you then continue to follow and
True.
just take what's being told to you? So yes, there'll always be protests. There will be. However, what's the accomplishment after the protests?
Very true. Monique, I love talking to you. I love it.
And damn it, that's what I'm a talk show host.
Look, yes,
And
she is.
They
And
be
look,
tripping on me and everything because, and we're having a great time, but because I'm having the same fight right now in Hollywood.
mm-hmm.
I'm saying the same thing. It's like, y'all, there is an inequality in this place called Hollywood with actresses of color.
Yes,
and
there
when
is.
people say, Monique, what's next for you? Listen, dollars and cents has to be next.
Mhm.
I don't care about, I just got to be seen.
No.
That's what they've always banked on. And when you know the history of Hollywood
Mhm.
and people of color, the saying always was, make them famous, but you don't have to make them rich.
Mm.
Well, that still goes for today.
Yeah.
Make them famous, but you don't have to make them rich. And what I'm saying is, I'd be damned if my white counterpart is standing right next to me and you put both of our resumes together,
Mm-hmm.
and my resume has a lot more to Roger P. Henson, Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer, and how come our salaries are so much different?
Very true.
But I have black women saying, Monique, be quiet. And I'm looking at them saying, how could you say, Monique, be quiet, when it affects not only you, but the babies coming after us? I have black women that are actresses that are saying, Monique, be quiet. That's why it's been able to happen for so many years, because you have people that look like us that are very fearful of saying, well, we should just be glad that we working.
Mm-hmm.
Really, y'all? We still have that mentality? Let's just be thankful they're giving us something. Well, I can no longer say that. I can't be a part of that because there are going to be some little black babies coming after me. And when I get on the other side of history and they read my story, I don't want them to say, damn, she had no fight. And we're going through the same things. See, Hattie McDaniel was having the same fight. That's 1940.
Yeah.
We're now in what?
2017 and
The
still going through the same
story,
struggle.
the same fight, because those black women back then were saying the same thing to her. Hattie, be quiet.
Yeah.
And we watched that woman die suffering and broke because no one was courageous enough to say what she's saying is right. What I won't do is be quiet. I hear the one saying, Monique, Monique needs to keep doing what she's doing. If they never call on me again, I'll take that charge. But if the little girl coming behind me gets treated fairly, then I'll know I did my part. I'm not fooling with you, girl.
Oh,
I put my glasses
Monique.
on. I put my glasses on now.
But look,
baby.
Monique is working this weekend at the Improv.
I'm gonna be there.
Look,
okay? And
make
I'ma
sure-
say all the stuff I'm saying right now, but with some spiciness to it. Because when you spice it, they know you really mean it.
Come
See,
with
when
the
you
seasoning.
Put some spicy words on it. Oh, baby, let me tell you something about that hot sauce. Oh, that hot sauce.
What
will
about
get
the
it right
Gate
for
sauce,
you.
Monique?
The
You're in
what?
Kansas City. The
Let me
Gate
tell you something
sauce.
about the Gate sauce. I still got 3 cases of it at home.
Uh-oh.
Do you hear me, baby?
I heard you.
I keeps a supply of Gate sauce, but I'm trying to come down some more, baby. That Gate sauce, it got some special fat in it. I know it do. Every time I suck up on that Gate sauce, I gain 17 pounds.
Uh-oh, Brother KT, you better come through with the cases this weekend.
Brother KT, if you come through with some cases, baby, remember that quarter chickens that you bought us?
Look, my mouth is watering right now. I need to get, look, my stomach has been growling. My mouth is watering.
Baby. Oh, baby. You know, Kansas City is a special place for me.
You're home.
I'm home.
Look, and those of you watching and those of you listening, Monique is sitting in the driver's seat. Of course, when the queen comes in, I have to get on the other side of the board. Monique is driving today.
I'm just sitting in the seat. I'm just sitting in the seat, and I'm talking to another queen sitting across from another queen in the room with 3 more queens and a king.
Hey,
You see?
Ronell.
Because once again, we want to separate it. I won't let you do that to me. I won't. We are all, it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Put the camera around so they can see all the queens.
Look, show all the queens,
Show
all the queens.
Queendoms.
Hey.
Queendoms. Show my baby right there. Queendom. Now show the king. They don't want none of that.
Well, look, turn the camera around. Look, they can't handle it. They can't handle it.
None of that. Yes, baby.
Well, we're going to have a good time. We're all going to come see you. ImprovKC.com to get your tickets
Yes.
tonight, 7:30 and 10, Saturday, 7 o'clock and 10. Tonex isn't in here right now. He usually comes through with you.
Let me tell you something about Tone X. Matter of fact, where's my phone? Because I'm gonna call him right here.
The
while we're
sock
on the
king.
air.
I didn't wear any socks. I had to let the toes out today, but I got some socks last time when he came. So if you go, when you go see Monique this weekend at the Improv, make sure you stop by Tonex's table and get some socks.
Let me tell you why she's so special. Let me tell you why she's so special. She is promoting my brother's socks, and he ain't even here. Hey, babe, you on the air right now. Say hey to the people in Kansas City.
What's going on, Kansas City? It's your man Tonex in the back of this cab with a brother that speaks 7 languages. And I'm trying to get up there to see my cousin Monique live.
Tony, he speaks 7 languages.
7.
Tell him to cuss in one of them. They don't know what he's saying.
I tell him to hit that Arabic cuss word. He mess everybody up.
We love you, brother. We're trying to wait for you. But I want to let you know, Ebony was promoting your socks, baby.
Yes.
She was plugging them. What?
And hey, did you come through with the thigh high ones? I want them all the way up to my thighs this time.
Oh, you want the porn look. Okay, I got you.
You told me you had me the last time. Now it doesn't sound like you brought them with you. Come on now.
What?
Wait a minute. Listen, let me get this man my number so I can get upstairs.
And look, my thighs have gotten a little bit thick, so you better make it extra large up there on the top.
Oh, okay. I might not pay. I'm on the way up.
Well, wait a minute. Wait. This done turned into something different. Now, he said he want the porn socks. Now, I didn't
That's
know.
what he calls them.
Do you have any?
My thighs are thick, so they always roll down.
Listen, you don't have the right ones, okay? Let me tell you something, because if your thighs are thick, what you think my thighs are? You got to get the kind, baby, that when you put them on, okay, they suck up on you.
Okay,
Oh,
like a
right, right.
Spanx, like a.
Come on, sugar, you don't know what I'm trying to tell you now. You got a man?
No, I don't.
That's because you ain't got them damn thigh-high porn socks on.
Okay.
Ask the king. What you think about him?
Look, that's enough. That's enough. This is my intern, Monique. What if you start over here? Look, you're stirring the pot. You're stirring the pot.
You know what? Sometimes
Hey,
it
calm
needs to be
down,
stirred.
sir.
Now, let me tell you something. Rondell, you done made me take my glasses off.
Woo!
Because this young brother in here, see, sometimes we as sisters, we don't know when a brother is saying, I'm paying attention to you. And we'll try to talk over and around it. But what that brother is saying, sometimes you need to stir the pot.
Look, he's there with the salt.
Okay? And put a little seasoning in there, Miss Ebony. Yes, he might be your intern today, but tomorrow he could be your husband.
Uh-oh.
Think on it. Stir that.
Look,
stir that, Rondell. Did
look,
you
we're
see me?
salt. Look, this is the
Rondell,
end. This is the end.
You put that on there for your
Look,
baby.
end of
Stir that
interview.
thing up,
Monique,
right.
you're starting
See, she talking
some.
about she came in here looking pretty for me. No, mama, let me tell you something, honey. She came in here looking pretty for Rondell.
Oh, my God. Okay. Monique's going to be at the Improv, improvkc.com to get your tickets. Monique, thank you so much for coming to see us.
Thank you
We
so
love
much
you.
for having me, Ebony. And again, we are so proud of you.
Thank you.
And for all the listeners in Kansas City, let me tell you something. Make sure you support this sister.
Thank
because
you.
she came in from the ground floor, baby. And we watched this baby year to year to year make it happen. And now to be sitting across from you. And we are doing an interview and a conversation. My heart is full.
Thank you.
Thank you, my sweetness.
Thank you. Love you, Monique. This is Magic 107.3. Go see Monique this weekend.